Okay, so good evening to our applicants and everybody else. I'm Patty Kelly, the chair of the ZBA, and I'm going to call this meeting to order. First thing I'm going to do is take roll call of all the board members. So Henry Rua, who is co-chair, Tim Scott,
Here.
Randy Ricks,
Here.
and Bill Shermer, who was the alternate ZBA member.
Here.
You here? Here, okay. Randy Ricks is recused himself from the Paricio application because they're friends and they are neighbors, and he wanted to avoid any conflict of interest, and I applaud Randy for that decision. Bill, I'm going to ask you to join the board for both the Paricio and the Martinez applications for tonight because Joe Mayone is absent. Is that all right with you? Will you do that?
Yes.
Okay, so we now have a quorum, and we will begin with John and Liz Paricio, who have, they live in, it's Mary Ann Avenue, right? Or is it Mary Avenue? You would put on your application Mary Avenue, but I think Randy told me it's Mary Ann.
It's Mary Ann Avenue. It's
Okay.
two separate words.
Okay, so I'm gonna just change that. Kevin, you'll change that on the application where it says Mary Avenue. Okay. Their property is medium density residential. The applicants are seeking to build an extension onto their home and are requesting a 10-foot area variance from the required 30-foot setback. So Paricios, the floor is yours to explain what you're going to do, and then we'll ask you questions.
Okay. I'll let my husband talk.
Hi, this is John Paricio.
Hi, we're going to put the site plan up for you on the screen so everybody can see what we're talking about. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Kevin? Well, that's not helping, but can you turn it around, Kevin, so that we see where the addition is going to be? Can you enlarge it a little bit?
You see that? It's
John, can you tell from this angle if we're looking at what's going to be the addition?
I don't see anything. I see black screen. So
okay.
I don't know if I'm helpful, but I know the picture, maybe.
Okay, Kevin, that's not going to be helpful because we can't really see it. So that's okay. You can take it back.
okay.
Sorry. All right. So go ahead, John. Tell us what you're going to do.
So what we're doing is we're a 3-bedroom house now. We're going to a 4th bedroom. I wanted to build a shooting gym for my kids. They're big into basketball, so I wanted a facility to have them to be able to shoot indoors in the winter because it's cold here all the time, and a workout gym for the family. The way the dimensions would work, we would be 10 feet closer to Bob, our neighbor, and I guess I need a variance for that extension to make it work from a...
Right, you would be 20 feet away from him rather than 30 feet. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
But I do want to note that I've had numerous conversations with Bob, who, when he does plan on selling his property, he's going to give us the first chance to purchase it. So we plan on purchasing that property when he wants to sell it.
Is it just regular property or is there a house there as well?
Single family home.
It's his single family home.
Okay. You understand that when we give you a variance, that variance then lives with the property so that the next person who comes in to either Bob's home or your home, that variance will still be in effect. It will become part of the deeded property, just so you're aware of that.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
That's fine. That's fine.
Any questions from the board?
No, I think, listen, it's just unfortunate that we have to go 10 feet closer to the variance line. If we could have went in another direction, we would, but we tried to give it within the line. It just wasn't feasible to work.
So if there are no questions from the board, I want to give the board an opportunity to ask any questions if they have them. Okay, so let me tell you both, John and Liz, that when you do an application for variance like this, the ZBA will do a site visit. We won't all come at once, but we'll gradually get over there just to take a look at it. So we don't want you to be caught unawares. We won't go inside or anything. We'll just look to see where it's going to be and look at the back property. We also will have to schedule a public hearing, and letters, you'll send out letters to all of your neighbors within 500 feet of your property. Kevin will give you that list. We'll give you a sample letter to send out. They'll all go by certified mail, and then those cards get returned to Kevin. Okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
And the gentleman on
Tim was here
Tim
today.
was here today for a
Yeah,
site.
I did visit the site beforehand, Patty, because I was in the neighborhood. So
Excellent, that's great.
What was that?
I said, that's great.
Yes. Can I quick comment on that?
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, so just as they were saying, they had told me that they're planning on purchasing that property next to them. And I mean, even without that purchase, they're not totally, I mean, they are going closer to that property line, but it's not like they're taking anything over, nothing detrimental from what I was seeing from the property. I mean, it's just a hedge there that does not extend all the way down.
Okay.
And from my view, it's nothing, not as extensive as what they were telling me they had wanted to do, which would involve all sorts of tearing up of the property. So that's just my comment.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'm glad you've gotten a jump on the site visit. That's excellent. Okay, hearing no other comments from the board, and with the understanding that Kevin will send you all of the information for your public hearing, which will happen at the next meeting.
Hey, what is the date of the next meeting?
July, oh, I haven't got in front of me. It's July
I think it's the 11th.
11th.
That's what I have it down as.
It's
And
July 11th.
And we need to do what by then?
You will send out the letters as soon as Kevin sends you the information by certified mail. The cards, the thing that accompanies a certified mail will be returned to us. So we know whether whether all your neighbors have been notified of this. They all have an opportunity to comment.
Right, okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, both of you, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you very much.
You're
Take care.
welcome. Okay, for then,
Patty, did we need a motion to hold a public hearing or no?
we didn't have a public hearing. We're not, we got to schedule. We're going to schedule one.
Yeah, we need to.
Sure. Good call. Can I have a motion to schedule the public hearing for July for the Paricio application?
I will make a motion to schedule the public hearing for July.
Bill, and is there a
I'll
second?
second.
Tim seconds. All in favor? Roll call. Randy? Not Randy, sorry, Henry? Aye. Tim?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. Okay, so that's passed. Now we will go on to Fernando Martinez, who his property is, are you there, Fernando?
I'm here, ma'am.
1 Cedar Lane in Berkeley Heights. This property is located in the high density zoning district. The applicant wants to build a detached 20 by 16 accessory structure to house a hobby truck. They are seeking a 10-foot side yard variance from the 15-foot required setback and a 27-foot area variance for the required 30-foot rear yard setback. So Fernando, before you go, let me just ask you, 20 by 16 looks like a big structure. How big is your truck?
So I actually have 2 trucks here going on in my yard. If anybody drove by 1 Cedar Lane, I got 2 exact same trucks, 1958 Chevys, which they sit right on my front lawn. So I was trying to get that stuff out of my lawn and accommodate it in the garage. And the reason I did it 20 by 16, that way I have enough room to be able to work on it in there. You know, I got to pretty much rebuild the whole thing.
Okay,
So that's one of the reasons.
it brings you very, very close to your neighbor's property in the back.
Well, I got my house is fenced in all the way around. So when I took the measurements, I figure I will come off from the existing fence at least 3 foot away from it. Um, so I will still be inside the fence, which is already there, all around my backyard. And
Right,
her
but,
house is pretty far away from where I'm trying to build it.
right, but it's still, their property is only gonna be 3 feet away.
Yeah, whatever they're. I mean, I didn't pay a survey to come and tell me exactly what the property is, but I'm just thinking it's the fence.
Okay,
That's
do you have a survey on your property?
it. Probably was done by the previous owner, not by myself.
Okay, because this thing that you sent us, doesn't really show us much. It
Okay.
only shows, it shows, the proposed garage, but it doesn't look like it's going in the direction that you are describing it, where the long part would be going towards the rear. It looks like the long part is going towards Birchwood Drive West. Is that the way it's gonna be?
That is correct. So the 20 foot will go from the Birchwood into my property, and the 16 foot will go from my neighbor's house into my house onto the front.
Okay, so if you could get Kevin, you haven't got a regular site plan for whoever's gonna build this, right?
I am going to build it myself.
Okay, you still have to go to the planning board, you understand, and get a planning board permit and stuff. You have to go speak to the building inspector,
Okay.
because you need to do that. You have to, all of this has to be done according to code. So
Okay.
you can't just build something yourself. You have to go, and get the proper, credentials to do so.
I do understand that, ma'am.
So at least we would like to see the survey, because that will give us a better sense of where your property is in conjunction with the other properties. If you could get a copy of that to Kevin this week or early next week, that would be very helpful.
Okay, and for me to do that, I have to hire a survey to come and survey my house?
No, no, no. If you had, whatever, when you bought the house, you had a survey, right? Whether it was the old one, it wasn't necessarily a new one. It may have been updated, but you have a survey, right?
I'm pretty sure I do somewhere, yes.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to buy the house without a survey.
Of course.
So in your papers, you have a survey there, and all we need is a copy of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Because also, I don't know if it's to mention, when I was filing for the permit, one of the building inspectors came by the house, and that's when he told me, well, I was asking him about how to build the garage before I even submit the paperwork, and that's what he advised me to, that could work.
Yeah. You're just going to need a building permit before you start. That's all I'm saying.
Of course, I do understand that, ma'am.
Okay.
Why I'm going through.
I have the denial letter from the building inspector where he said you have to get variances in order to do this.
Yes.
So, members of the board, do you have any questions for Mr. Martinez?
Yeah, it's going to be 16 foot wide along your house or 20 foot wide?
Well, the structure is like right behind my house. So it's not even alongside my house. So the structure is on the other corner of my house, and it's going to be, yes, 16 foot wide by 20 foot deep.
Okay.
That is correct.
So if I can ask, this structure is the driveway going to come off your existing driveway, or are you going to access it from the adjoining road? You're on a corner lot.
That is correct. So what I was told that I got to submit a highways department for a driveway access.
A curb cut.
A curve cut, or whatever they call it. So I'm going to have to do that because that's going to be on the opposite side. My driveway sits on Cedar Lane, and where I'm trying to build my structure is on Birchwood Drive, which is on the other side, on the far corner of my house.
We don't do curb cuts. We only do the variances.
No, I do understand that. He just asked me a question. I answer it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to visualize the location of this thing. I'm not talking about curb cuts.
Yeah, the driveway's going to be on the other side, not off my driveway.
So Bill, he's going to be cutting in a new driveway off of another road.
That is correct. Off Birchwood.
Correct.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. You have a driveway at your house now?
I do, ma'am.
Do you have a garage?
I have, yeah, I do have a garage. It's, well, the previous owners, they closed in the garage because they put the oil tank inside the garage and they closed it in. When I moved in, I needed access to that room because I had to go through the inside with all my mowers and stuff. So what I called the building department and asked them if I could open the garage, and they told me if it was an existing door there previous, I could open it. So that's what I did. I opened up the wall and I seen there was a previous door. So all I did was move the siding and install the door. Yeah, there is a garage. There is no way I could ever fit any vehicles in there. It's only used for storage and the mower and the snow blower and stuff like that because they put the 205 tank inside.
And so you park your cars where? In your driveway?
In my driveway, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this structure is simply for your trucks.
For my trucks and some of the tools and stuff like that, yes, that is.
And
correct.
that's because you want to not have your neighbors be mad at you anymore because you've got these trucks outside on your lawn.
That is one of the main reasons because,
I get it.
believe it or not, I've been having people coming in, knocking on my door and telling me where am I going to move the truck.
I get it.
So I said, well, you call the town and tell them that you don't like my truck. That way they hopefully approve my permit.
Well, we'll try, but I mean, nothing is guaranteed. You're asking for a huge variance.
I do understand that, ma'am.
So, but and this is as close to your house as it can be without being attached to your house.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Without putting it in the middle of, because if I move it like back more from the side road, I'll be like right in the middle of my backyard.
I was just trying to figure out a way to reduce your variances.
From the rear?
Side yard variance is the one that's on Birchwood, right?
Well, the Birchwood is my side. Birchwood will be my side. And then my rear, yes, on the side of Birchwood, yeah, towards my other.
Is there any room between where you want to build it and your house that you could move it closer? It's because I can't even see your house on this thing that I printed out, so it's hard to tell. But well, we'll know when we come and see it. We'll do a site plan.
Better question is how far from your house is the wall of the garage?
So if I go, because they build, the people that live here, they build like they call a 3-season room, which I call a 4-season because it has a pellet stove in it. So they build that, and now that structure is about 500 square foot. So if you go from the wall of that structure, not the house, which is considered part of the house, I figure, it's about, I'll say 30 feet maybe, like to the right corner where the wall of the garage is going to be.
Okay.
You're going to be 30 feet away?
Yeah, pretty much, because I'm like towards the back of the house. So if I move it like Miss Patty was saying, if I move it closer over here, then I'll be going more into like the front lawn, which is like whatever, because like I mentioned before, that all my backyard is closed in. So I'll be going like right outside the fence, and I don't think I'll have room there either.
It's going to be helpful when we see the survey because we can't even tell from this document that I'm holding up. It's just all black, and I can't see where the house is.
A color one? I handed a color one too.
Oh well, maybe so, but it doesn't. I just got a black and white one, so.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Kevin, were there color ones that maybe you could get to us?
Yeah, I can make color copies. Yep.
Yeah, because I mean we can't tell anything from this black and white.
Yeah.
So that would be helpful. Okay. Any other questions, Bill? Did you have something?
I was just mentioning that the copy we received was very poor as to location of their structures.
Yeah, really couldn't tell anything.
So when I submitted my paperwork, I submitted a couple of color copies. They must have got lost in the process. And
Okay.
I also, one of our engineers, I work for Johnny Mullins. So one of the guys that works with us, I asked him to help me to make it more official because I only do the work. I don't actually write these things down. And that's why all those words, they came from me, if you wonder. Definitely not. So, Joe, yeah, I don't, yeah. So Joe helped me out on this. I explained to him what I needed. He printed everything out. He
It
filled
looks
out.
very professional. It does look professional.
Yeah,
I was gonna
he's
ask.
definitely a good person. He's good at what he does, and he's the one that did it. So I know he gave me the color copies to submit, and I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay.
But I apologize for that copy that you guys got all messed up.
But Kevin will find the color copies and he'll get them to us, and then along with the survey, that would be
We'll get the
terrific.
survey and the site plan, whatever we have,
So,
send it.
were you on the call when I described what the public hearing process is like?
I was, yes, but you can
Okay.
me.
So Kevin is going to send you a list of your neighbors that live within 500 feet of your property
Mm-hmm.
and a sample letter for you to send mail to them, certified mail, and then return receipts come back to Kevin.
Okay.
Okay. So he will send that to you shortly after this meeting, within a couple of days, and then you will send them out, and then that will be for the public hearing on July 11th.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't want to cut the board off. Do you have any other questions for Mr. Martinez? Okay,
I
It's
got a
okay.
question.
we're good. Go ahead.
So now, when we talked about the side variance, right? So I know it's 15 feet from the side. So where do we get those 15 feet? Is that from the center of the road or from the
No, 50 feet. 50 feet is
50.
the 15 feet is the side yard setback starting from the sidewalk to your property,
So what if there's no sidewalk on that side? So you go from
Or
the
from-
edge of the road
and from the curb or the road to your property.
to the road. Okay, I got it. Okay, I was just a little
Okay.
concerned about that part.
Yeah, and then obviously the rear yard is from your property line
Mm-hmm.
from the structure to your property line.
Understand?
Let me ask you, the house that is behind you, the one where you're only going to be 3 feet away from,
Mm-hmm.
is their house close to your property line?
Not really. No, it's pretty far back. So when I'm building the garage, her house from the wall of my garage, her house has got to be, I don't know, I say 70, 80 feet away, if not even more, because her house sets back, way
Okay.
back, and like my personal opinion to you guys is I don't think she wouldn't even see it, because my fence is almost 9 feet tall. You know, she probably will just see. I don't know.
Okay.
Like I got all these. I don't know what you call those green trees. They're evergreen, I think they're called. They're pretty tall, and it covers. It's a lot of privacy. I don't know what they're called, to be honest with you. But
They're
I
evergreens.
mean, like you can't see back here at all.
Okay. So we'll come over, not all together, but individually, and look at the property so we get a better sense.
No, that's one of the things. So the yard, like I said, is fenced in. So that's it's locked all the time. So if you guys want to come in, I can always leave that back door unlocked for you guys to walk in and look at what you have to look at.
So the whole property is fenced?
In the backyard, yes, everything is fenced in.
But the whole thing is not going to be in your backyard, or is it?
It is, yes, ma'am.
I see. Okay.
So
So
the
then
garage
maybe
is going to be in whatever is fenced in on the back of the house. Everything that's fenced in, that's where the garage is going to be, and so
Okay.
it's going to be all fenced in. That the reason I'm asking, if whenever you guys come, if you want to give me a heads up or whatever, I can
Okay.
open either door, because I got 2 doors to access the backyard. So I got the door, well, 3, one through the house, one to the right, and one over there by Birchwood, which is right next to the pickup truck that's sitting in the lawn.
Okay. Is the fence high enough that we can look over it, or is it too high for that?
No, it's too high. Like I said, it's almost 9 to 10 feet high.
All right. No, I'm not bringing a ladder.
You can definitely look over it, and then even if you try, I got those big green trees there that, yeah, it's completely.
Okay,
Put you on
so
our shoulders, Patty.
what we'll do is we will, Kevin has your email, right?
Yes, he does, and my
Okay.
phone number as
He
well.
will share that email with us so that when we decide we want to come over, we will let you know. And you can either leave the key for us or however you want to do it. Is there anybody home during the day?
Usually there's not. My wife, she has a job, and all the kids are in school,
Okay.
so no, I just leave that door open. I don't see no problem. I mean,
Okay.
I leave my cars on lock every day, and I
Oh,
never had
okay.
an issue whatsoever here.
All righty.
Never.
That's a good idea. So we'll let you know, when we're gonna do it. Not, it might be one day for one person, another for another, and there's not that many of us, so, but we will try to get it done.
That's great, and I appreciate you guys taking your time to hear my proposal.
Well, I commend you for wanting to kind of respect your neighbor's desires to have them off your lawn. I mean, that's a good motive, so.
Yeah, I tried,
kudos
and
to
then
you.
I don't really like it, to be honest with you, because I'm trying to keep my things neat, and the truck there, even it's a nice truck, it doesn't look nice in the lawn, and then especially when the other one is broken apart. I don't want to be taking my truck apart in the middle of the lawn and disturbing my other neighbors, with all my mess all over the world.
Okay. So we will see you next month. Kevin will get you that information, and we will try to get over to look at the property.
I appreciate that, ma'am, and thank you so much for taking your time.
Do you have any questions for us?
Me, I think I'm all good. I mean, so let me one more question. In case I don't find that survey paper, what do I have to do?
Well, we'll just look at the color copy. That if the color thing gives us more information, then that's what we'll have to do. But I bet you have it.
I'm gonna look into all the paperwork that I got when I bought the house, and then
yeah,
I'll
you
submit it to
probably
Kevin.
had to have a survey when you bought the house.
Probably did.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, guys, and I appreciate taking your time.
Thank you very much. All right, I'd like to make a motion to set the public hearing for this application on July 11th. Can I have a second?
I'll second that.
Randy, second? Or
Yeah.
Kevin?
Yep.
Who was? Henry or Randy, one of the two, Kevin, pick. Okay, can I have a roll call vote, please? Henry?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Randy?
Yes.
And Bill?
Yes.
Yes, and I vote yes. Okay. Remarkably, the only thing we have left to do.
I want to hear those yes when it comes to approval day. That'll be awesome.
Well.
Those sounded very nice.
Well, we're nice people, but don't prejudge. You never know what the neighbors are going to say, and
I'm just trying to do the best as possible in the legal way. I don't want to take no corners or do anything that I'm not supposed to.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons I'm here today.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Sounds
for that.
good.
So
okay,
can I hang up now, or?
Yeah, you can hang up. You can go about your life.
All right. Thank you, guys, and I appreciate
See you
it.
next month.
We'll see you next month. Bye.
Take care.
Okay. So then the only other business we have is to approve the May minutes. And does anybody want to make that motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve them.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Tim? Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Is there any other business? Does anybody have any questions about why Verizon is not on the agenda, or do you understand that they didn't respond? And if they didn't respond, we can't vote on that resolution that we passed and can't discuss it and move on with the whole neg deck, pos deck thing. So
He chose to go on vacation, Patty. That's not our problem.
I know. And what can I tell you? But I still expected to hear by now, something in writing. But anyway, so if there's no other business, then I'll entertain, I love that name. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, so many all at once. Pick one. Who wants to make it? Just one.
I got Tim.
Tim? Okay. Is there a second?
Go ahead, Billy.
I'll second.
Bill seconds. Bill's really going gung-ho in this stuff now. All right. And let's just do an I vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. So we are adjourned. Holy smokes. It's not even 7:30. Unbelievable.
Might be the shortest meeting we've had in a year and a half.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah,
Kevin, was there
probably.
anybody on the phone, Kevin, that I needed to be aware of?
Nope.
Okay, they must have all seen it on the agenda that Verizon wasn't on. We're in good shape.